What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Max. Welcome back. In this video, I want to touch on a question I got on Instagram. And I had this guy reach out to me and ask, at what point do you make her your girlfriend? So in this video, I'm going to break down what type of process you need to put the girl through before actually making her your girlfriend, and what type of tests, what type of disqualifiers are going to prevent her from not being your girlfriend, right? So I want to start off by saying that having a girlfriend is not an accomplishment, right? A lot of guys think that just because they got a girlfriend that they achieved something, right? That they did something great, right? When in reality, it's nothing special. Unless you're a guy who you've never had any experience with women, sure, your first experience, your first girlfriend can be kind of exciting, right? I know I was excited when I was 14 and I had my first girlfriend. But if you're a grown man, you shouldn't be excited about having a girlfriend, right? Because a lot of guys rush into relationships with girls that, number one, they're not even that attracted to. Number two, these girls straight out disrespect them. Number three, these girls are cheating on them. And then number four, these girls are using them for validation and attention. So, how impressive is it really if your girl isn't even that attracted to you? She's using you for attention, and she still goes behind your back. How impressive is it to have a girlfriend like that? Not very, right? So let's break down exactly what you must do before making her your girlfriend. Now, I have an extensive process for this, and a lot of people will call me maybe even crazy, right? But it's simply due to the fact that I know my worth, right? I know what I bring to the table, and I'm in abundance, right? A lot of guys just get into relationships out of scarcity. And when you enter a relationship out of scarcity, aka not being able to have other options, right? Maybe you have other options, but none of them look as good as your girl. Or none of them, you know, do something that your girl does, right? Maybe your girl is like the only one that cooks for you. If you don't have other women who are willing to cook for you, you're still in scarcity, right? You're still getting into that relationship out of scarcity, right? But number one, first step is to make yourself the man who has an abundance of options. You do this by just number one, working on the elite mindset, understanding that there are literally so many fish in the sea, and that there are women out there that will do everything that that girl that rejected you won't do, right? So you must never be willing to settle. Never, right? Women are hypergamous. We know this, right? They're always chasing the guy with more money, more status, better looks, right? That's their nature. And that's okay. Don't blame them for it. But you need to have your own nature as a man as well. You need to know that you're capable of attracting a better looking girl, of a girl that's more feminine, a girl that's more caring, right? Now, I'm not saying that, if your girl meets all of your standards, that you shouldn't get in a relationship with her. I'm not saying that at all, right? I think that if you find a girl who meets all of your standards, she respects you, she's highly attracted to you, and you find her highly attractive, she doesn't go behind your back, right? She follows all your boundaries, she makes you happy. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship with that woman, right? But a lot of guys never get to experience that because they're wasting too much time on a chick that they're not even that attracted to in the first place. So number one is whenever I'm dating a girl, right, I give her minimum 6 months. Give her minimum 6 months before any relationship talk. And to be honest, for me, it would be more like 1 year. But I know a lot of you guys, I don't know, you guys may be different. But I would say personally, wait one year before actually being in a serious committed relationship with a girl. Now, some of you guys, you may have to wait 6 months, right? But no less, no less than 6 months. Because how are you going to be committed to a woman, take a woman serious, give all your time, your energy, your resources to a woman that you haven't even went through enough ups and downs with her to see her true colors? And that's the problem. A lot of you guys, as soon as she gives you some pussy, as soon as, she shows you that she may like you back, as soon as, she starts texting quick, she cooks you one meal, all of a sudden, she sells you a dream. She sells you a dream. You understand? Like, we're supposed to be the ones selling the dream. But we got guys out here, they get excited. Oh, this girl cooked for me. Oh, she did this. Oh, she sent me a good night text. Oh, she let me spend the night. Bro, of course, they're doing that because they want to be cuffed up, right? They want your undivided attention. They want to be able to control you, right? But if you haven't went through arguments with this girl, if all you saw were good times, right? If you haven't seen this girl when she's moody, you haven't seen this girl when you're having a bad day from work and you just come home stressed out, and you haven't seen the way she reacts to that, does she still cook you a meal then, or does she give you an attitude, right? You haven't went out in public with this girl, went to events, right? See how she carries herself around other attractive men. See how she carries herself around your homeboys. See how she carries herself around your family. Then why are you even considering taking this girl serious? You must test them, right? You must. You must see all sides of the coin, right? Because everyone has multiple faces, right? Everyone has different sides of them that only come up in different situations. And so if she's never seen you when you may be low on money, if she's never seen you when you may be doing well at the job, right? If she's never seen you have a bad day, if she's never seen you have a good day, all of these like different facets of life. She needs to see you through at least a few of them, right? Most of them. And you need to see her before you even think about making this girl your girlfriend, right? Because what happens when all you've had is good times with this girl? You've only went out with her for what, 1 month, 2 months? You cuff her up. Now, maybe it takes one more year, right? 1 year, you guys pretty like the ship is sailing pretty smooth. You've been committed. You cut off all your other options for this girl, only to find out that she's a cheater, or only to find out that she was only really with you because you had a good job. And then the moment that work started getting bad, the moment you got laid off, oh, all of a sudden she's switching up, right? And now not only did you lose her, right? But you wasted 1 year of your life spending all your time, your energy, your resources on this woman who wasn't even right for you in the first place when you could have been out there dating other women. Guys, we always talk about how women have this like biological clock, how their value goes down over time, right? The older they get. But we have a clock too. Life is short. You guys understand that, right? Life is short. You understand? I don't care if you're in your mid 20s. I don't care if you're in your early 30s. Life is short, bro. 1 year out of your life is a long time. It's a long time to dedicate yourself to one person, to not explore your options, right? Some of you guys be in relationships for 5 years straight and you really don't even know the woman like that, right? You really didn't even put her through enough hoops in the first place to find out her true colors. You haven't put her through enough tests, and don't worry, I will tell you guys the test to put them through, right? I will tell you guys. Just stay tuned. But you never want to be that guy that gets into a relationship with a girl for 3 years, right? You haven't tested her, you haven't put her through specific situations, only to find out who she really is. And now all of a sudden you're heartbroken. Now, not only did you lose 3 years with this chick, but now it's going to take you another year or two to get over her. It's going to take you another year or two to fix the emotional damage that you have within you, right? To fix how you fell off, right? Maybe you stopped hitting the gym. Maybe you stopped taking care of your looks, right? Now you got to get back on the wagon. All of a sudden, those 3 years just turned into 5. All because you didn't put her through enough tests in the beginning. Guys, you know that women test us, right? They do this subconsciously for the most part. Some of them, sometimes they do it consciously. But women test men on a subconscious nature just to see what type of man you really are, right? Are you bitch made? Are you an NPC? Do you fold when it gets tough? Or are you a strong man that she can trust to lead her, to provide for her, to protect her, and to lead the family? That's what they're trying to find out, right? Because they want to get married, they want to have children too, right? Believe it or not, right? Biologically, that's what they want, right? Even if they may be, in the streets, biologically, they want to settle down, right? And they want to settle down with a guy who they can trust in that aspect to lead them, to provide for them, and to protect them. Simple as that. And so she's going to put you through different shit tests, right? She's going to poke holes at you, right? Just to see how you react. Do you get emotional or do you stand firm, right? Are you secure within yourself, right? Do you fold every single time you guys get in an argument? You start like falling off, you stop hitting the gym, you start like whining like a little bitch. Is that what you do? Well, when she sees that, right, you're over here crying in front of her. Sad, sad but true, bro. She's gonna think you're a weak man, bro. She's gonna think you're a weak man. She's not gonna take you serious, right? And that's when the name calling, she calls you a name once, right? She calls you out of your name, right? She does some name calling. You don't check her on it. Oh, yeah, he's a bitch. Yeah, I could keep calling him names. I could just treat him like whatever. Guys, you guys know that it's about to be 2026, right? You guys see the shit that goes on, right? Women literally have men on fucking leashes. On leashes in public, right? Seen that shit in the city the other day. This guy was on his knees walking around chained up on a fucking leash. Like real shit, bro. Chained up on a leash with another woman, right? And, that might be their own kinky shit. But there's so many guys who are on this metaphorical leash in their relationship. They might not be on a physical leash, right? But she basically got you in her fucking back pocket, right? She's controlling everything you do, right? These are the same guys who say, "Oh, I need to go over it with my wife before investing in themselves," right? These are the same guys that they won't invest in themselves. They won't hire a coach to level up their life. They need to talk to their wife first. Why? Because your wife controls you. Your wife leads you. When you must be the leader of your own life. You must be the leader of the relationship. You must be the leader of the household, right? So they do all of these tests to see just how strong you really are, just how masculine you really are, right? Are those muscles just for show? Are those looks just for show? Or are you actually a masculine elite man, right? Do you actually have a backbone? That's what she wants to see. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. Understand it. Don't even get mad at that. But what you must understand is that just the same way that they test us, you must be willing to test them too, right? You must be willing to put her through hoops and test her and see what she's made out of, right? Does she deserve your resources? Does she deserve your attention? Does she deserve your leadership? Does she deserve your protection, right? Does she deserve these things? Does she deserve to be the mother of your children? Because that's what we're really talking about, right? Right? I want to have a wife one day, not for the simple fact that it's a wife, but I want to have, a woman who is the mother of my children. And the standards that I have for that type of woman are all the way up here, right? They're high as fuck. I'm not over here, like, if I get into a relationship, a serious committed relationship with a woman, it's for a reason. It's because, hey, maybe one day I'll make this woman the mother of my kids. But if it's not that, what am I in a relationship with you for? Right? Because it's not definitely not for sex. It's definitely not for having a good time because I could get that anywhere. Right? I could tell a girl right now, hey, listen, I like spending time with you. I like having going out on dates with you. You know, we always have a good time, but I can't be committed to you, and I'm gonna see other women as well. But you can't see other men, and I've done that. I literally just got out of a rotation, right, with two girls that I was doing the same thing with, and they accept it if you tell them straight up, right? You shouldn't cheat on these women. I think that cheating is for bitches, right? Cheating is some bitch shit, straight up, some NPC shit. You shouldn't cheat on your woman. You should tell them straight up. Don't be a pussy. Tell them straight up. Listen, I'm not trying to be in a committed relationship right now. I'm exploring my options, and that's it. If she likes it, if she's okay with it, if she truly fucks with you, she could stay. If that's a deal breaker for her, it's okay. You must be willing to let her go, right? But back to the point of the conversation is you must be willing to see what she's made of, right? Now, how do you do this, Max? How do you test a woman? How do you disqualify a woman, right? Well, you must have your own boundaries first. You must have your own creed. You must have non negotiables for yourself, right? My non negotiables as a man, my deal breakers for a woman, may be different than yours, right? I have some really extreme deal breakers that, some people may find extreme, right? Some people may not agree with them. And I'm not gonna even talk about those, right? I may get canceled if I do. But I will discuss a few of them with you guys. So, first one is gonna be if she has a celebrity crush. All right. This is a very easy way to tell whether or not you should make her your girlfriend. Because when you're going out on the first few dates, I say, second date, third date, you could ask her this question. But you ideally you want to do this in the beginning of the relationship, right? You don't want to do this like after you guys been going out for months. No. Do this before there's like very little feelings involved, okay? You're gonna go to her, maybe you guys are laid up in bed, right? And be like, maybe you guys are playing like truth or dare, 21 questions, some shit like that. But you could be like, you got a celebrity crush, right? Just like that. Like, so who's your celebrity crush, right? Like, finesse it into the conversation. Be like, yo, who's your celebrity crush, right? Don't press her about it. This is very important. Do not press her about it, okay? Don't be like, so, do you have a celebrity crush? Don't do that. Don't do that shit because she will lie to you and she's just gonna stop talking to you, right? You gotta play smooth. You just gotta be like, yo, so who's your celebrity crush? And then see what she says. Now, most of the time, if she's not a complete 304, she will tell you something along the lines of, oh, no, I wouldn't say I really have one, right? She's gonna lie, essentially, right? Some of them will just tell you straight up, oh yeah, it's this guy. Yeah, it's fucking Odell Beckham, right? That's my celebrity crush. Some of them will just say it straight up off the first time. But most of them, they will reject it. And then what you gotta say after is be like, you gotta double down. You gotta be like, oh, come on, everybody got a celebrity crush. You tell me you don't have one? And you just say it like that. Like, come on, everyone has one. Right? Just tease her about it. And then chances are she will double back. She will come back and she will tell you who it is. Now, if she tells you any name, I don't give a fuck if it's Barack Obama, I don't care if it's Joe Biden, I don't care who she says, right? If she says any celebrity, disqualified. Disqualified, right? You can't take a girl serious who has a celebrity crush. What she's basically telling you is this is that same guy that she would cheat on you with. That's the guy, right? Oh, her celebrity crush is Chris Brown. This is the same type of woman that's gonna go to Chris Brown's concert, buy meet and greet tickets, and you know what happens at that meet and greet, right? You've seen those pictures. We all seen them. These are the type of women. A lot of these women are in relationships, right? And their boyfriends only find out the shit when it's too late, when she's already at the meet and greet, laid up with Chris Brown. Like, you guys think this shit's a joke? This shit's not a fucking joke, right? It's not a joke. True feminine women, right? Women who are in tune with their femininity, they don't look up to, they don't idolize other men. The only men that they idolize, right, should be God, number one, her father, number two, and you, number three, right? Now, if you guys aren't serious yet, it's probably just God and her father. If she's looking up to celebrities, bro, she tells you some sort of rapper, she tells you some sort of sports player, right? Some athlete, some actor, bro, it's done for you. It's done for you, bro. You could just compartmentalize her, okay? Friends with benefits only. Never get into a serious relationship with these women. These are the same type of women that'll call you insecure if they do go to that concert, right? If they do start taking pictures with the celebrities, if they ever get the chance to meet them, right? Never take this girl serious, ever, 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 right? And like, I don't even have a celebrity crush. You feel me? Like, I don't have a celebrity crush. Yeah, I find certain celebrities attractive, but a celebrity crush, like, that's some weird shit. And it's even worse. It's even worse if she gives you a name of a celebrity that looks nothing like you, right? If this is a different archetype of man than you are, right? That's even worse because that's basically telling you that you're not even her type, right? That means that, she may let you hit, but her real imprint, if you know, her real sexual imprint, the guy that really gets her going is the type of guy of the celebrity that she mentioned, right? Now, that's the first one. Second one is if she's a sports fan, right? If she watches sports, and I'm talking this girl has like a favorite team, she watches the games on TV. Don't even get me started with the girls that go to the fucking games. If she goes to the games, she's for the streets, right? She's smashing somebody on the team. Okay? She's front row, she's courtside, she's like in those expensive ass seats. Nah, forget about that. Right? But even if she watches their games like weekly on the TV, that's a big disqualification for me. Number one, I don't even watch sports myself, right? I don't think that as a man you should be watching other men chase their dreams, right? When you could be out here working on your own, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather play the sport, I'd rather work on my goals than watch other men accomplish theirs, right? It's a little weird to me. Now, as a woman, why are you watching sports, right? You're watching athletes work out, they're fit. She's literally watching other men get paid millions of dollars to work out, and you think that's not doing something to her? Like, you really think so, right? She follows all the basketball players on Instagram. It's funny, like, this one girl that I used to be in a situationship with, she had a favorite sports team, right? She had a favorite basketball team. And, when I would come over, I would see like, oh, she'd be watching the game, and I'll be like, yo, turn this shit off. Listen, you want to watch this shit when I'm not here? Cool. But we are not watching sports. We're not about to be watching other men while I'm laid up with you. Like, no, that shit is weird. We're not doing that, right? And notice I said situationship because as soon as I found out that she's a sports fan, disqualified. And it's funny because I literally told her this, right? I said something about that, something along those lines on my Instagram story, and she swiped up, and I told her straight off, like, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Why are you watching sports? Why are you crazy? Why are you following basketball players that have no idea who the fuck you are? Right? That is weird. Okay? It goes back to like the celebrity thing. It's like these men don't even know you exist. I don't follow Instagram models. I don't follow celebrity women, right? I don't follow none of that shit. I barely even follow women, right? The only women I follow are either like networking connections or women that used to be in my rotation, right? That I'm leaving shit open with them. Those are the only type of women I get, right? If we met up, we went on a date, we had a good time, maybe I'll follow her, right? But if I just met a girl, we never went out on a date, right? I'm not fucking following her. If she doesn't know who I am, I'm not following her. If she's an influencer, I'm not following her. So why would I get with a woman? Why would I take a woman serious that's fucking following athletes? All right. So those are two disqualifiers that you could do. Okay. Third one. Third one is going to be a little more advanced, right? This may be a little, maybe you guys have been seeing each other for a few months, right? You want to see how she acts around your friends, right? Now, I wouldn't do this unless you can actually, like, this is a double test, right? This is a test to see if your boys, your friends, are actually your friends. And this is a test to see how your girl acts. Because, number one, I wouldn't bring like a girl around my friends until we've been seeing each other for like a few months, right? But once you have been, right? Maybe you're considering doing something more serious with this girl, right? Taking her a little more exclusive. Just bring her around your friends one time. See how she acts. Okay? Does she flirt with your friends? Because some women would do that, right? Does she laugh a little too long at their jokes? Okay? What does she say about you? Right? How does she treat you in front of other people? Because that's very important, right? She should respect you even more in front of other people because she should never want to embarrass her man, right? If she feels comfortable shit testing you with everybody there, if she feels comfortable calling you out your name, right? Making fun of you, making little jokey jokes with your friends there, cannot take this girl serious, right? She doesn't respect you enough, right? She doesn't respect you enough. Simple as that. Because a real feminine woman does not play about her man, especially out in public, right? You did some shit that got her upset, she might tell you in private, right? But she's not gonna make a scene out in public, right? She's not gonna give you a reason to check her out in public with other people around, right? Simple as that. And another thing is like if you have boys, right? You have groups of guys that you really trust. And I'm talking about like these are really your boys. You know that you can trust them like with your life, right? Then you could ask them to help you test the girl, right? Be like, yo, bro, can you flirt with her? Like pretend like you're flirting with her. Be a little extra friendly with her and see how she reacts, right? See how she reacts when I'm not there and then tell me. Now this is very dangerous. I personally wouldn't do something like this, right? For the simple fact that you must understand when you're red pill, you gotta understand it's not just about female nature. It's about human nature. And in male nature, a lot of guys will fuck you over some pussy. Simple as that. It's the cold hard truth. They will fuck you over some pussy, even if that's your boy, right? He may tell you, yeah, bro, she was flirting back, like she was, touching me, like, oh yeah, like holding on to my arm and shit, laughing at my jokes. He may tell you that, but this is gonna be the same guy that continues texting her after he told you, right? He keeps texting her. Maybe he follows her on Instagram, and then as soon as something goes wrong with you guys, he'll be on it, right? So I wouldn't do that test. I wouldn't get your boys to like text her unless this is like your brother, right? Like your literal brother. who you know just would never do that, right? Then you can, right? But if she doesn't tell you, right? If your boy starts flirting with her and she doesn't tell you about it, she's gonna be like, yo, your boy was doing this, right? And tells you to cut him off, yeah, disqualified, right? And then the last disqualification that I'll give you is if she has guy friends, right? Watch who is she friends with, right? Because if she has guy friends, that's a big no-no, right? And I don't care if they're gay, I don't care if they're straight. Why are you friends with other men, right? I'm not friends with women, guys. I don't see, like, I'm a man. You understand? I talk about business, money, fitness, right? Things like that, like, and like things that men talk about, right? I have nothing in common with these women on a platonic level, right? I'm not about to be talking about business with them. I'm not about to be talking about, working out. Like, nah, straight up, just like that. I'm not doing it, right? If I talk to a woman, it's for one reason and one reason only. It's because I found her attractive. Simple as that. Now, I'm not saying that, every woman I have a conversation with, I find attractive and I want to get with her. That's not what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is that obviously there's going to be some girls that, just keep it cordial with them, right? Maybe these are girls at your job. Maybe these are girls at the places you frequent. Maybe this is like the cafe lady, right? The barista. Like people in your day-to-day life, yeah, it's cool. Just keep them one arm away. But I'm not going to be like talking to them for like 10, 15 minutes at a time, laughing, like taking down their Instagram, flirting with them. Like, fuck no. What do I look like? Right? I'm not gonna be hanging out with these type of girls with no sort of romantic intentions. No, right? There is no such thing as platonic relationships between men and women because one person always catches the feelings first, right? And if the guy catches the feelings, then he will fuck you over, right? And it's not his job to, if he's not your boy, it's not his job to stay loyal to you, right? You guys are in an argument. Who's she gonna go to first? She's gonna go to her friends, right? That guy that's always been there as her emotional tampon, like my boy Stethoscope would say, he's gonna be the first one that she calls up when you guys get in an argument, when you guys maybe break up, right? When you guys stop talking, he's gonna be the first one that she rings up. He's gonna be the first one in that bed too. Best believe, right? And that's why they keep him around, right? And it's like, even fuck all that, right? Forget about that. Like, why are you why are you hanging out with men? Like, that's not feminine, right? Feminine women do not just hang out with other men, right? They hang out with other feminine women. Like, your girl smokes, your girl drinks with other guys, and you think she's not for the streets, bro. You need to get your head out your ass, bro. I know a lot of guys that be out here smoking, drinking. Their girl smokes and drinks, and they think they're completely cool with a girl like linking up with the boys from the block, passing the bottle around, passing the blunt. Bro, you think, you think she won't play you? You guys are fucked up, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know, right? You don't know. Okay, listen, and her other friends, right? Her female friends. Watch how they act too. When you get around, are they nice to you? Are they like what do they do, right? Do they try to disrespect you? Because if they disrespect you when you're around, then that probably means that she's been disrespecting you behind your back, right? Now, there's a completely different conversation about, sometimes if you're really hitting it right and you're making this girl go crazy, yeah, she's gonna talk a little shit about you to her friends, and her friends are gonna hate you, right? But that's just how it is. Like, if her friends are overly nice to you, then yeah, she may be cheating on you, bro. She's probably cheating. But they shouldn't be overly nice. They should just be respectful. You understand? Right? And they shouldn't be 304s. They shouldn't be going out every weekend, right? The same standards that you have for your girlfriend, you should have very similar standards to her friends because you are the sum of the five people you are around. You understand? This applies for women too. If all her friends are out here in the streets, right? Out here like having sex with random guys, what makes you think that your girl won't be one of them, right? Eventually, she's gonna put her friends first, right? Ideally, you want a woman that she has enough discernment to understand that her friends are not leading her the right way, and that she leaves that life to follow your lead. If your girl is not willing to follow your lead 100% and follow the path, the righteous path, for the streets, bro. She's always gonna be for the streets. She's always gonna put her friends first. She's always gonna put that party first. She's always gonna put the girls trip first. And you know what happens on those girls trips, bro. You know what happens. Okay? So do yourself a favor. See who her friends are, right? See how they act. What type of pictures they put on Instagram, right? They half naked on Instagram. They all got celebrity crushes. They all going to Chris Brown, Lil Baby's concert. What makes you think she won't? Right? What makes you think she won't? Right? But these are, I don't know how many disqualifiers I gave you guys. I think it was 4. Right? These are 4 disqualifiers that you must, 4 tests that you must put your girl through, whatever woman that you're dating through, to see what type of girl she is. And I do this with every single woman that I date, right? Because at the end of the day, I gotta know sooner. I'd rather know sooner rather than later about whether or not there's anything what's the word? Long term with this woman. I need to know now, right? I'd rather know in the beginning before I actually, am more emotionally invested in this girl, financially invested in this girl. You feel me? Rather than know years later, I already cuffed her up. She already met my family. You feel me? Like, there's too much investment there. And that's why so many guys, like, they stick around in miserable relationships. But you must be willing to test her. And if you're not, if you're the type of guy that rushes into relationships, if you're the type of guy that just like, you're not willing to touch your girl, you're not willing to really have a backbone, some boundaries, then it says a lot about how you value yourself as a man. You must be willing to value yourself as a man. You must be in the gym, getting in the best shape of your life. You must have a clean diet. Keep it taking care of the temple, right? You must be presenting yourself well and looking sharp. Only then, once you hold yourself to a high standard, you'll be able to hold women to a high standard. But the reason why you can't hold these women to a high standard is because you don't hold yourself to one, right? You still wake up late. You still eat like shit. You still skip the gym. You still beat your dick. You still smoke. You still drink when you know you shouldn't be, right? You still work that bum ass job. Or you still let your boss, your corporate boss, disrespect you. Your coworkers disrespect you. You still take all that shit. And so if you don't respect yourself, what makes you think women will respect you? What makes you think you'll be able to hold these women to a high standard? It all starts with you. It all starts with the inner work. You'll never be able to hold up a masculine frame until you work on the masculine within. You understand? That's all I got for this one, boys. I'll see you boys in the next one. Like always, if you want to book a one-on-one coaching call with me, see if we're a good fit, see if you want to get in the best shape of your life, start attracting the woman that you want, start presenting yourself like the type of man that you're destined to be, and you want my help with it, just click that link in the description to book a one-on-one call with me. Connect with me on Instagram. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.